This is a disclaimer. I am not responsible for what I say on this motherfucking show.
Kick your shit, bitch.
What's good, family? What's good? If you haven't, you should know my name by already. And if you don't know by now, this is K.S.W.R. Yeah, I mean, shout out to the day one listeners and viewers. Shout out to all the people who got off the ass and made something shake. You should already know y'all get the cheers. No bum activity is allowed. And, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. First and foremost, hit the thumbs up on this video. Any other video you see, come across your timeline. Most definitely going make my hard work feel greatly appreciated. And yeah, I mean, this is part 2. So yeah, I mean, if you would have been keeping up with the last episode, you would have known that I've been talking about how the system been putting black men and women against each other for generations. And now I'm gonna take it a little deeper. Today's topic is one that's been breaking homes and breaking pockets for decades. This one hit different because it ain't just about the numbers and paperwork. It's real lives, real families, and real money. And I'm gonna break down like why some men feel punished, why some women feel forced to play the game, and why the courts don't give a fuck about neither one of us. Actually, they just want their cut, pretty much. And yeah, I'm talking about child support on this one, part 2. Pretty much you talking about how the system used child support like a leash, not to just help raise the kid, but pretty much to control the parent. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about both sides, men and women. Especially how they get caught in the trap. So yeah, I mean, if you here with me, if you tuned in, yeah, I mean, go grab your drink, roll one up, whatever you gotta do. But yeah, let's kick some shit, man. Let's go. Yeah, man. Now let me get into this. Let me get into this great conversation I got for y'all, man. And you know, the first lie I feel like they sell us is that child support is for the child. Biggest lie. You know, um, it's for the system pretty much. Because if it was truly for the child, that money would go straight into an account for the kid. Not through government hands, not through paperwork that turned the father into a case number. They don't want fixed families. They most definitely want to monitor them. They want to make sure every dollar exchange keeps them in the middle. You know, um, that's why parents. That's why even when the parents, figure their own situation out, the courts don't like it. Because if y'all was co-parenting peacefully and making it work, that means less money for them. So the system, they pretty much create the tension. And they put pretty much put y'all against each other. With payment schedules, garnishments, and rules that make the man feel punished and the women feel pressured. But long story short, nobody wins but the courthouse. And like you could love somebody, like live with them, raise a child together for years, but the moment that relationship ends, boom. It's like you in a whole legal war zone, and it's not about the kid anymore. It's about who owes who, and that's how fast love turns into like war for real. And it's kings out here, my black kings. Brothers out here losing licenses, losing jobs, going to jail over money they never even got a fair chance to earn. So I feel like that's fucked up. And on the flip side, some women, not all, but some women, they start using that system like a weapon. It's like you hurt me, so now I'm gonna hurt your pockets, and that's not co-parenting. That's pretty much punishment. That's hate, doing things out of spite. And once that energy start, ain't no coming back from that, man. Most definitely not. And we don't talk about the mental toll that these situations have on men. I mean, women too, but men, men be walking around broken behind it. And you got the brothers out here. They even scared to even have kids again because he can't see his child even though he paying every month. He kicking out the cheese and shit. But that shit hit different. And then society, they got the nerve to like label the father a deadbeat just because the court says so, and they don't even know not even knowing the whole story. But women, women get put in a trap too. We ain't gonna make it all about like make it seem like the women just out here, doing all the foul shit. But women get put in a trap too. You get a check and now the government got eyes on your life. They checking your income, your housing, your benefits, like all that shit. It's pretty much controlled both ways, whether they know it or not. The system act like it's helping y'all, but in reality, it's pretty much keeping both parents on a leash. And if you want to be honest, man, some people do use it as revenge. Like I said before, you know, uh, people get mad when a relationship ends ugly, and next thing you know, paperwork flying around like motherfucking confetti. You know, and it's never about the child at that point. It's all about ego. The system love that shit. Y'all just fall for the games and tricks every time, and they know anger pays bills. If you know that or not. But they know a bit of breakup is like it means more violence, more hands, more monies in their pockets. Social media influence, some women to use child support on use child support or government aid as leverage. And even though, they're no good ass friends, you know, pretty much be telling them bullshit that they want to hear. So that's why you can't co-parent with emotion, man. You really can't. You got to co-parent with maturity while being mindful of the kid. And you might hate your ex, but that's still your kid's of a parent. You know, he or she, whatever you want to label them as now, hey, it's a reflection of you because you gave him the pussy or whatever. Pretty much you fucked and that's that. So it's pretty much a reflection of you. I guess you like that shit if the guy was able to if the guy deadbeat and broke and dirty and dusty, all that type shit, then you're a broke, dirty, dusty bitch too. You know, man, like people when they go their separate ways, communication it the communication pretty much decline. So you gotta learn how to communicate without letting the state, translate that shit for you. So because once you bring them people in, you're not co-parenting no more. You cooperating with the system, like literally. And some dudes really do run from responsibility, really do. And I feel like they want the fun but not the follow up. They disappear when it's time to do real work, that weak shit. And that's how the system justifies it with existence by pointing to them types. But I don't know. Most brothers I know they want to be in their kids' lives though. They want the fairness, they want the balance, and they don't want to feel like an ATM machine while getting no respect as a father. That's pretty much fucked up. And child support to me should be about the child's well-being, not control, not payback, not politics. But at the end of the day, it really is, man. It really is. And um, oh man, I'm just going off the top of the head with this, but the hardest part to say is like we can't fix this if we keep fighting each other. Instead, we gotta fight the structure behind it. So like we gotta like start understanding this ain't men versus women. This is us versus a system. And a system that pretty much gonna profit off our pain. Like the more we argue, the more money they make. The more we heal, the less they can control. So you could pretty much just imagine if every black mother and father came together and just said like, we not letting y'all use our kids as pawns anymore. Like we gonna handle our business ourselves. And if we get past that, once you can realize that, then that'll actually be a revolution. So, in my opinion, I feel like that's how you rebuild families, rebuild trust, and rebuild our name. Because it's pretty much black people who take control. I mean, everybody uses the system, but they got the blacks labeled as the main users of the system, either being a part of it or trying to take advantage of the system. But yeah, man, I feel like I feel like listening to this, man. Y'all better be taking some motherfucking notes, especially if you're a parent. You out there without a you out there. You got the mother absent from the life, or if it's the other way around, the father absent from the kid life. But yeah, man, y'all better take your motherfucking notes and yeah, how you take your little quick bathroom break or whatever it is you gotta do, cause Yeah, I'll be right back, man. I'll be right back. Take a quick break, man. Let's go.
Season 4 is here now, and we celebrating with 4 new items in the merch store available for sale. Follow us on Instagram at K.S.W R to access the merch store and spend some money. Don't be selfish. Kick your shit, bitch.
Yep, and we
Kick
back
your
in this
shit,
bitch, you
bitch.
know. We back in here. Hope y'all got your mind right. Hope y'all took some notes and shit like that. But it's time to get deeper. You know, some people think this is just about the dollars. Nope, 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 nope. It's about the power. Cause who got control? You know, who get to make the decisions and who the system gets the silence. So when a man get his payback, his paycheck garnished, I said payback. Man, I'm over here thinking about getting revenge on a bitch and shit. But when a man get his paycheck garnished, you know that's pretty much power being taken. You know, when a woman got to answer to a social worker or a case file, that's power being taken. You know, they keep us fighting so we never notice the strings that's getting pulled, and we think we win in the argument, but the real winner don't even live in our fucking house. Like the real winner sitting behind a desk in a courthouse somewhere, like collecting fees while families fall apart. You know, that's real fucked up. And real child support, it would be equal effort if both parents, you know, giving time, energy, and money. You know, it would be about raising the child with love, not guilt or greed. You know, real support would mean you don't need the court to tell you what's right. You don't need a judge to tell you to call your kid, buy them clothes, or show up to their game. You know, but you know that kind of unity most definitely don't pay the system. That's why they never promote it. And I'm gonna get y'all out of here. I'm gonna get y'all out of here with some last words for real, for real. I mean, you know, this child support thing, it got too many of us out here hurt, you know, broke, bitter, and disconnected. But I feel like it's most definitely time, you know, we stop letting it control how we love, how we parent, and how we build. Like if you're a man listening right now, handle your motherfucking responsibilities, you know, but stop letting the system define your fatherhood. And if you're a woman out here listening, make sure you doing, you know what I mean, what's best for your child and stay out your motherfucking feelings. And if you're co-parenting, remember the government ain't your motherfucking family. They not. So don't invite them into it. You know, family is communication, family is effort. You know, family is what's doing right even when you mad. You know, we gotta stop letting the system dictate how we raise our own damn kids. You know, because every little time we get them that control, we pretty much like lose a little bit more of who we are as people. And man, I hope y'all taking notes. I really do. But yeah, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this quick episode, man. This was part two. You know, this is K.S.W.R. You already know. You know, I said what I said. You know, next episode I'm closing this trilogy out strong. You know, that's gonna be Black Love versus the System. And, you know, we talking while real love don't even get a fair chance to breathe in this generation. So stay tuned, stay real, man, and stop letting the system run your motherfucking household, y'all. Women, if you out there being bitter and foul and, you know, just a little sour patch kid and shit, bitch, don't put that nigga on child support. Or if he on child support right now, take him off. If he a deadbeat, if he got all the opportunity in the world to be in his kid life, then all right, fuck that nigga. But if you know what I mean, he willing to be in his kid life, and you know what I mean, same go for the women too. There's single dads out here who got mothers on child support. But yeah, y'all, man, stop letting the government into your household. No, that's a no no. It's a no no. Y'all don't want people in y'all business, but yet y'all allow the government, the system, to come into y'all business, and they tell you what to do and what not to do. But that's cool with y'all. But oh well. My name is Rich, and I'm out this bitch. ah, part two,
Kick your
man.
shit, bitch.